In Abuja, where glass towers touch the sky and busy markets hum with life, few people ever notice the shadows beneath their feet. Yet in those shadows lived Zaki, a stray German shepherd with steady amber eyes and a patience that seemed almost human. "Why does he always sit there?" a taxi driver once asked, shaking his head as the dog kept watch by Millennium Park. "Because every city needs a guardian," an old woman replied, selling roasted corn by the curb. Not far away, in the polished halls of wealth, Chief Ibrahim Dinladi, a respected billionaire, prepared for a grand community event. Beside him walked his daughter, Amara, curious and bright, her laughter carrying like music through the morning air. Neither knew that destiny was quietly weaving their lives with the strays. And in the days to come, this unnoticed dog would rise from the streets to prove that loyalty and courage live where no one expects. Morning spilled golden light over Abuja's Millennium Park. Families streamed in for the Literacy and Arts Festival. Vendors stacked roasted corn and bead bracelets in neat rows. By the gate sat Zaki, the stray German shepherd, calm and alert. "See that dog again?" a young vendor whispered. "Yes," an older woman replied. "He troubles no one. Maybe he is waiting for someone." Across the park, Chief Ibrahim Dinladi, dignified in his navy blue kaftan, adjusted his glasses. His daughter, Amara, tugged his sleeve. "Baba, it's him," she whispered, pointing. "The stray?" Ibrahim asked. Amara nodded. "He looks like he belongs here." Zaki tilted his head, tail brushing the grass. The festival noise faded as his amber eyes locked with the child's. A story had quietly begun. Children read poems, drums rolled, and applause echoed. Yet Amara's eyes drifted often to the gate. "Baba," she whispered, "he hasn't moved." Chief Ibrahim studied the dog. Zaki sat upright, ears perked, as if he too listened to every poem. "Strange loyalty for a dog with no master," the chief murmured. "Maybe he's waiting for someone to notice him," Amara said softly. Her father smiled. "Curiosity is good, but kindness must walk with caution. Never rush to a stray." "I know," she answered. "I only want to wave." She lifted her small hand. Across the grass, Zaki's tail swept twice. It was no trick of the eye. The connection deepened, silent but undeniable. During a break, Amara munched puff-puff under a neem tree. "Baba, may I give him something?" "Safely." Chief Ibrahim called a volunteer. "With guidance, yes." Together they walked to the gate. Amara knelt a few steps away and placed a sealed cup of water and a small dog-safe biscuit. She folded her hands and stepped back. Zaki approached slowly, lapped the water, and ate with quiet dignity. He raised his gaze, amber eyes locking on hers. The volunteer nodded. "Good boundaries, well done." Amara beamed. "I think he said thank you." Her father, watching, whispered, "This child may yet teach me more than I'll teach her." Under a canopy, a storyteller's voice rang. And so, the tortoise learned that pride always falls. Children leaned forward, eyes wide. Amara whispered, "Baba, it feels like a story is happening here too." Her father raised a brow. "And who is the hero?" She pointed at Zaki, lying in shade, ears flicking at every sound. "Him. He listens like us." "Perhaps," Chief Ibrahim said. "But stories test their heroes." Amara nodded. "Then maybe his test is coming." Zaki's gaze drifted to the horizon where soft clouds gathered, as though Abuja itself was listening. Evening arrived with warm light. Families walked toward Jabi Lake Park, volunteers guiding them safely. "Baba, it's beautiful," Amara said, clutching her backpack. "Yes," he replied. Beauty and caution walk hand in hand. Behind them padded Zaki, steady and silent. "Your guardian dog again," a vendor teased. Amara laughed. "He follows like family." Her father's eyes softened. Family is not always by blood. At the railings, the lake shimmered gold. Amara looked back. Zaki sat under a palm, regal against the sunset. "Baba," she whispered, "I think he belongs to us, even if we don't say it." Her father only smiled, unwilling to disturb the spell. A light drizzle began as twilight settled. Volunteers handed out ponchos. "Baba, it smells fresh," Amara said, pulling hers on. "Yes, Abuja rain always cleans the air," Ibrahim replied. Zaki shook droplets from his fur, then lay down under the palm, content. "Will he be safe?" Amara asked. "He knows the city better than we do," her father reassured. A security aide chuckled. That dog should be on payroll. He's guarded the park all day. Amara grinned. He's guarding stories, not just people. Thunder rumbled faintly over distant hills. Families were guided indoors to nearby shelters. Amara looked back once more. He's still out there, Baba. Dogs are braver than we think, Ibrahim said, guiding her by the hand. A guard added, if the storm worsens, we'll see him off the grounds. Amara whispered, what if he's not leaving? What if he's meant to stay? Zaki stood at the edge of the lake, fur bristling slightly in the wind, not fearful, simply alert. The drizzle turned steady. A small group of children clung to their guardians under a canopy. Stay close, volunteers reminded. Amara whispered, Baba, look. He's watching them. Indeed, Zaki had padded closer, sitting just outside the canopy, not intruding, but forming a silent shield. His gaze swept the paths as though counting every passerby. One father laughed nervously. Is he trained? No, Ibrahim said, smiling faintly. Only loyal. Sometimes that's stronger than training, Amara added softly. The rain thickened. Organizers moved swiftly, guiding families toward buses. Baba, I don't want him left behind, Amara whispered. He chooses his ground, Ibrahim answered gently. But if fate wills, our paths will cross again. Zaki padded along the walkway, unbothered by the storm, stopping every so often to shake his fur. He stayed near, yet never too close. A vendor laughed. That dog has more sense than most of us. By evening, the storm eased. The festival had ended, the park quiet again. Amara leaned against her father in the car. Baba, will he be here tomorrow? Her father smiled. If stories choose their heroes, yes. Through the window, she saw Zaki sitting once more at the park gate, rain-damp but regal, amber eyes shining. He watched the departing cars, not with longing, but with promise. Amara whispered, good night, Zaki. For a heartbeat, the dog's ears lifted, as though he'd heard. Back at their mansion, Amara leaned on the balcony, the night air cool. Baba, she whispered, why do I feel like that dog is meant for us? Chief Ibrahim adjusted his glasses, smiling faintly. Because stories have a way of choosing their listeners. Perhaps Zaki has chosen you. Amara hugged her backpack. Then tomorrow, I'll choose him back. Her father chuckled softly. We shall see. Far away in the city, Zaki lay curled beneath a kiosk awning, rain dripping gently from its edges. Though no one claimed him, the rhythm of destiny had already found its heartbeat. The next morning, Abuja buzzed with life again. School buses honked, markets opened, and Millennium Park glistened fresh from the rain. Look, Baba, he's still there. Amara exclaimed as their car pulled up for another day of the festival. Chief Ibrahim smiled knowingly, as though he kept watch all night. Zaki sat calmly by the gate, eyes bright, tail brushing the damp grass. He rose when Amara stepped out, not rushing, but acknowledging her with quiet dignity. Good morning, Zaki, Amara whispered. And for a moment, it felt like the whole city paused to listen. The festival resumed with new energy. Drums beat, dancers swayed, and children painted colorful kites. Baba, can I sit closer to the gate today? Amara asked. Her father nodded but kept a guard nearby. Yes, but under watchful eyes. She spread her mat near the shade, reading from her workbook. Zaki lay a few feet away, tail thumping whenever she glanced up. A vendor passing muttered, that's no stray. That's a guardian spirit. Amara smiled softly. Maybe both. Baba, Amara whispered during a quiet moment. He doesn't need words. His eyes tell everything. Chief Ibrahim looked at the dog. Zaki's gaze was steady, soft yet protective. You're not wrong, he said. Some truths need no language. Amara leaned forward, speaking almost like a secret. I think he chose us. Zaki flicked his ears, as though answering. A storyteller finished reciting. The crowd clapped. Amara joined, but glanced toward Zaki. Even he listens, she said, amused. Her father chuckled. Perhaps he enjoys folktales. Nearby, a man whispered, look at him, calm as though he belongs. Amara grinned. He does belong. Maybe more than we know. As children ran supervised games, Amara asked, can I walk closer, Baba? He won't harm me. Her father nodded. From here, with me watching. Amara walked a little nearer, stopping when Zaki lifted his head. Their eyes met again. She crouched gently. Hello, Zaki, she whispered. His tail brushed the ground. A volunteer teacher approached. He is gentle, isn't he? Yes, Amara said proudly. He waits, not takes. The teacher nodded. That is wisdom rare in animals and people alike. Chief Ibrahim smiled. And my daughter learns faster than all of us. Zaki blinked slowly, as though in agreement. Later, under watchful eyes, Amara knelt again. This time, she extended her small hand but did not reach. She simply placed it on the ground near her knee. Only if you want to, she whispered. Zaki leaned forward, sniffed, then gently brushed her fingers with his nose. Baba, he trusts me, she exclaimed. Chief Ibrahim's eyes softened, though he said quietly, and you must always honor that trust. Walking back toward the stage, Amara said, Baba, he's not just a stray. He's a guardian. Chief Ibrahim nodded thoughtfully. Perhaps the city sent him for a reason. Amara smiled. Then I'll keep thanking the city. Zaki trotted behind them, close but never intruding. As the day closed, Amara whispered while packing her backpack, I'll see you tomorrow, Zaki. The dog wagged his tail once, then sat as though promising the same. Chief Ibrahim placed a hand on his daughter's shoulder. Some bonds are written before we're born. Amara smiled. Then this one must be in bold letters. Zaki's amber eyes glowed as the evening lamps flickered on. That evening, the Dunladi family returned home. Yet Amara couldn't sleep easily. She slipped from her bed and stood by her window, gazing at the garden bathed in moonlight. Baba says stories choose their heroes, she whispered to herself. Then maybe Zaki is already in ours. From the quiet street beyond the mansion walls, a faint sound of paws on pavement echoed. Amara's heart leapt. Under the glow of the street lamps, she spotted him. Zaki, sitting calmly, head lifted as if guarding her from afar. Her nanny entered softly. Amara, are you still awake? Yes, she said quickly, then pointed. Look, the nanny peered out, smiled warmly. That one is faithful, even when nobody asks him to be. Amara pressed her palm to the glass. Then I'll keep asking him in my heart. Zaki blinked slowly, amber eyes steady, before lying down to watch the night until dawn. The next morning over breakfast, Amara was unusually quiet. She toyed with her bread, then looked up at her father. Baba, she said carefully, what makes someone family? Chief Ibrahim paused, setting down his teacup. Family is trust, my dear. It's when two lives promise to protect each other. Even if one of them doesn't speak, she asked, eyes glimmering. He smiled knowingly. Especially then. From outside the open terrace, faint barking echoed, not harsh, but a calm greeting. Amara ran to the balcony rail. There, at a respectful distance, sat Zaki again, tail sweeping the tiles once. See, she said eagerly. He already keeps the promise. Her father leaned beside her, adjusting his glasses. Perhaps. But remember, promises grow heavier the longer they are carried. Amara clasped her backpack to her chest. Then we'll help him carry it. And once more, Zaki's eyes seemed to agree. By afternoon, the Dunladis returned to Millennium Park for the festival's final day. The grounds were bustling with dancers, storytellers, and laughter. Baba, will he be there? Amara whispered, scanning the crowd. Look carefully, her father replied. And there he was, Zaki, sitting in shade, ears flicking at every sound. Children pointed, whispering, that's the festival dog. Volunteers smiled, letting him stay. Amara clapped her hands in delight. See? Everyone notices now. Her father chuckled. Once invisible, now unforgettable. As if in answer, Zaki rose and padded to the park's edge, watching calmly as if measuring the day's safety. A young poet took the stage, reciting, Guardians need not wear crowns. Some walk the earth with silent paws, protecting hearts they've never claimed. The audience clapped. Amara leaned toward her father. Baba, it's like he wrote it for Zaki. Her father chuckled softly. Poems find the truth hiding in plain sight. Amara turned to the dog. Did you hear that, Zaki? You're a guardian in poems now. Zaki's ears twitched, tail brushing the ground twice. His amber eyes never wavered from hers. Later, the drum troupe played a thunderous rhythm. Children danced, clapping to the beat. Amara laughed, joining them with cautious steps. Go on, her father encouraged, smiling warmly. Zaki rose, pacing closer, tail wagging lightly as though keeping time. He sat by the dancers, ears twitching at each beat. Look at him, Amara exclaimed. He loves the drums too. Her father chuckled. Even guardians enjoy music. For a moment, the whole crowd seemed to beat in one heart. Drums, laughter, pause, and all. As the festival wound down, Chief Ibrahim spoke softly to his daughter. Amara, I see your heart opening. But remember, a bond is more than affection. It is duty. Amara nodded earnestly. I'm ready, Baba. If Zaki trusts me, I must trust him too. Her father adjusted his glasses, gazing at the calm German shepherd. Then perhaps he has already joined our family. But let us walk carefully, always. Zaki glanced up, tail sweeping, as though sealing the pact. The Dunladi car pulled away from the festival. Amara pressed her face to the window. Baba, he's following again, she exclaimed. Sure enough, Zaki trotted at a steady pace behind the convoy, never straying too close, but never far. Chief Ibrahim sighed. This dog has chosen a long road. Amara whispered, and I'll walk it with him. When they reached the mansion, guards opened the gate. Amara spotted Zaki sitting just outside, tail still wagging softly. Baba, he didn't give up, she whispered. Her father looked long at the dog, then at his daughter. Then perhaps neither should we. Zaki stayed seated, patient, not forcing his way in, waiting, as always, for permission. Later that night, Chief Ibrahim stood by Amara's room as she prayed. Please God, she whispered, if Zaki is meant to stay, let him be safe with us. Her father closed his eyes, words catching in his throat. When she finished, he tucked her in. Sleep, my daughter. Tomorrow may bring an answer. Outside, Zaki lay curled at the gate, watching the stars. Morning broke with birdsong. When guards opened the gate, Zaki rose, stretching calmly. Amara ran to the balcony. Baba, he's still here, she called. Chief Ibrahim joined her, squinting at the dog's calm figure. Yes, he has not wavered. Amara clasped her hands. Then Baba, let us not waver either. Her father smiled faintly. Perhaps it is time. Zaki looked up, amber eyes gleaming as if he had understood every word. The morning sun spilled gold across the Dunladi compound. Amara skipped toward the gates, her school bag bouncing, when she spotted Zaki sitting patiently outside. Baba, he never leaves, she called out. Chief Ibrahim walked beside her, adjusting his glasses. That is loyalty, my dear. Loyalty with no chain and no command. A passing neighbor paused, smiling warmly. Chief, this dog has been here every dawn. Some say he's guarding your home. Amara beamed. See, Baba? Even the neighbors know he belongs. Her father nodded thoughtfully, lips curving into a restrained smile. Perhaps. A guardian needs no introduction. His presence speaks louder than words. Amara crouched by the gate, close but safe, whispering, Good morning, Zaki. Did you keep watch for me? The dog wagged his tail once, amber eyes shining with the answer she longed to hear. Later that day, back at Millennium Park, Amara joined a circle of children listening to an elder storyteller. His voice was steady, his eyes wise. Not all guardians carry spears, he said. Some protect with silence, some with love, and some with watchful eyes. Amara's face lit up. She leaned close to whisper to her father, Baba, he's talking about Zaki. Her father chuckled softly. Or perhaps he speaks about all who protect without recognition. Still, Zaki sat just beyond the circle, tail curled neatly, gaze sweeping the crowd like an unspoken vow. The elder caught sight of him and smiled knowingly. And sometimes, the guardian chooses us before we choose him. Amara's heart swelled. She whispered, Then I will choose him, Baba, with all my heart. That evening, Amara tugged at her father's sleeve as the family strolled by Jabi Lake. The sunset painted the waters orange and violet. Baba, she asked quietly, if Zaki came inside our home, would that make him family? Chief Ibrahim walked in silence for a moment, sandals clicking softly. Family is not made by walls, Amara. It is made by promises. Amara looked at Zaki, pacing a respectful distance behind them, and whispered, Then he already made his promise. Her father smiled faintly, eyes soft behind his glasses. And we must decide if we're ready to keep ours. Zaki stopped at the railing, sitting tall, watching the waters as if guarding both the lake and the child he had chosen. At the mansion gates later that night, one of the security guards approached Chief Ibrahim. Sir, he said respectfully, that dog has been outside for 3 nights now. Always watching, never leaving. He's not ordinary. Amara stood beside her father, clutching her backpack tightly. Baba, Even the guard sees it. Chief Ibrahim adjusted his glasses, gazing at Zaki's calm figure. Then perhaps destiny is more stubborn than I am. The guard smiled. Sir, Abuja has many dogs. But this one chose you. Amara whispered. No, Baba, he chose me. Zaki wagged his tail once, sealing the truth without a single bark. That night, Amara knelt by her bed, palms pressed together. Thank you, God, she whispered, for sending me a friend with paws and a brave heart. Her father watched quietly from the doorway, his glasses catching lamplight. You believe he sent to you? He asked. Amara turned, eyes glowing. Yes, Baba. And if he's my guardian, then I'll be his too. Chief Ibrahim's lips curved into the smallest of smiles. Then may your bond be written strong, my daughter. Outside, Zaki lay curled by the gate once more, head resting on his paws, amber eyes open to the night. The city could sleep, for he was watching. The final night of the festival carried a certain electricity. Lanterns swayed in the breeze, drums echoed across Millennium Park, and laughter rolled like thunder. Amara clutched her father's hand. Baba, the air feels different tonight. Chief Ibrahim nodded. Every ending carries weight, Amara. It is the last chance for memories to make themselves. Zaki stayed close to the stage, calm but alert, ears twitching at every new sound. Children whispered excitedly. That's the guardian dog. Vendors nodded respectfully as he padded by. An elder storyteller raised his staff. Let this last night remind us. Guardians are tested in storms, not in sunshine. His eyes flicked toward Zaki with a knowing smile. Amara shivered, not from cold, but from something deeper. Baba, do you think his storm is coming? Her father adjusted his glasses slowly. Perhaps, my dear. Perhaps tonight writes the page we have been waiting for. Clouds gathered over Abuja, sudden and heavy. Lightning flickered across the horizon. Volunteers moved swiftly, ushering families toward shelters. Stay close, Amara. Chief Ibrahim said firmly, placing a hand on her shoulder. Rain began in sheets. Children squealed as ponchos were hurriedly passed around. Amid the chaos, Zaki barked once, sharp, commanding, and stood between the crowd and the open path, guiding them with his body like a seasoned protector. Amara's eyes widened. Baba, he's helping the guards. Her father nodded, impressed. Yes, without command, without training, only instinct. The storm grew louder, drums silenced, lanterns extinguished. But Zaki's presence was a steady flame, pushing fear away with each wag of his tail and each bark of reassurance. As thunder cracked, a group of children broke into a run, panicked by the noise. Parents shouted, trying to gather them. Amara gasped. Baba, they're running toward the open path. Before the guards could move, Zaki sprinted ahead, circling wide. He barked sharply, herding the children away from the slippery slope toward the safe canopy. One boy cried. The dog showed us the way. A relieved mother clasped her chest. That dog saved them. Amara's eyes brimmed with tears. Baba, I knew he was a guardian. Chief Ibrahim's gaze softened, rain dripping from his glasses. And tonight, the whole city knows too. The storm raged, but inside the main canopy, families huddled safe. Guards secured the sides, while vendors passed out bottled water to calm frightened children. Amara leaned close to her father. He stayed outside. Baba, he's still guarding even in the storm. Through the sheets of rain, they saw him. Zaki standing firm in the mud, tail low but wagging, eyes never leaving the canopy where Amara sat. Chief Ibrahim sighed deeply. Most would seek shelter for themselves. But he is the shelter. Amara whispered fiercely. Then let's not leave him outside any longer. Her father placed a hand on her shoulder, not answering yet. But his silence carried the weight of decision. When the storm finally eased, dawn light broke through the clouds. The festival grounds were muddy but safe. No harm had touched the children. Chief Ibrahim stood outside, rain still dripping from his kaftan. He looked at Zaki, who sat calmly, tail brushing the wet ground, amber eyes steady. Dog, he said softly, voice catching. You carried a duty that was never given to you, and you bore it better than most men. Amara ran to his side, holding her father's hand. Baba, can he come home now? Chief Ibrahim adjusted his glasses, then looked at the dog with something new in his eyes. Not curiosity, not doubt, but acceptance. Perhaps, he whispered, Home is already wherever you are. Zaki wagged his tail once, slow and certain. The folktale had reached its turning page. The morning sun stretched over Abuja, soft and forgiving after the storm. The park looked washed clean, puddles glimmering like mirrors. Families arrived to collect forgotten items. Vendors returned to tidy their stalls. Amara clutched her father's hand. Baba, nobody will forget last night. They all saw Zaki. Chief Ibrahim adjusted his glasses, nodding slowly. Yes, sometimes storms reveal the true guardians among us. Nearby, volunteers praised the German shepherd. That dog saved children, one said. He barked like he understood what we needed, added another. Amara's smile was wide, her eyes shining with pride. See, Baba, he doesn't just belong to me. He belongs to Abuja. Zaki sat at the park's edge, calm as ever, tail brushing the damp earth. He did not bask in the praise. He only kept watch, as if guarding the city itself. Later that afternoon, back at the mansion, Chief Ibrahim sat beneath a shaded veranda, sipping tea. Amara skipped to his side. Baba, have you decided? She asked softly. He smiled faintly, beard damp with steam. Decisions of the heart are the heaviest. But perhaps this one was already made. Amara's eyes sparkled. Then say it. Say he can stay. Her father adjusted his glasses and looked toward the gates, where Zaki waited patiently as always. Some bonds, he said slowly, are too clear to deny. If the city calls him guardian and my daughter calls him friend, then who am I to resist? Amara squealed with joy, hugging her father tightly. Thank you, Baba. From outside the gate, Zaki tilted his head, ears pricking, as though he had heard every word. For the first time, the mansion gate swung open not just for cars or guests, but for a stray who had waited patiently. Come, Amara called softly, standing by the entrance. Come home, Zaki. The German shepherd stepped forward, paused silent on the tiles. Guards stood aside, nodding respectfully. One whispered, "The guardian has entered." Chief Ibrahim folded his arms, watching carefully. But Zaki did not dash inside or sniff greedily. He simply walked to Amara's side and sat, tail brushing the ground, as though he had been there all along. Amara laughed through tears. See, Baba, he belongs. Her father exhaled deeply. Yes, he belongs. That night, Zaki lay on the veranda, his head resting on his paws. Amara sat beside him, stroking his fur gently. Does it feel different inside, Zaki? She whispered. Don't worry. This will always be your home now. Her father watched from the doorway, glasses catching lamplight. He spoke softly, almost to himself. Stray no more. Every guardian deserves a place to rest. The dog sighed contentedly, amber eyes half closed. Yet even in sleep, he faced the gate, as though his duty stretched beyond the walls. Amara leaned close, whispering like a promise, "You'll never be alone again." News spread quickly. Neighbors, vendors, and festival-goers spoke with pride. Did you hear? The Dunladi family adopted the guardian dog. That dog saved children during the storm. He's a blessing to the city. Amara overheard in the market and whispered to Zaki, "See? Abuja is proud of you." Zaki walked calmly by her side, his tail brushing the dusty street. Children ran up to wave. Volunteers patted his back respectfully. Chief Ibrahim, carrying a bag of fruit, smiled faintly. Your friend has become a symbol, Amara. Not just for us, but for everyone. Amara grinned, hugging Zaki's neck. Then we'll share him with the whole city. One quiet evening, Amara walked with her father along the streets near their mansion. Zaki patted at her side, steps steady and sure. Baba, Amara whispered. Does he know he's ours now? Her father adjusted his glasses, smiling faintly. He knows, my dear. And yet, I think he believes he belongs to more than us. A passerby waved respectfully. Good evening, Chief. And greetings to the guardian dog. Amara laughed softly. See, Baba? Even strangers know his name. Zaki paused at a street corner, ears pricking at distant sounds. Always alert, always steady. Amara squeezed his collar gently. Don't worry. Whatever comes, we'll walk together. The next week, the Dunladis attended a community gathering in the city square. Drummers played, children sang, and storytellers raised their voices. Baba, Amara said in awe. Look, everyone is waiting for a story. Her father nodded. And perhaps tonight, the story is not told with words. As families settled, Zaki lay by the stage. A hush fell when people noticed. Murmurs rippled. That's the dog who saved the children. The guardian of Abuja. Amara knelt beside him, whispering, "Don't be shy, Zaki. This is your story too." And though he never spoke, the German shepherd's amber eyes swept the crowd, as though blessing them with his watch. As applause filled the square, Chief Ibrahim rose to speak. His voice carried across the gathering. Abuja has many guards, many leaders, many voices. But sometimes, guardians come from where we least expect. He gestured toward Zaki, lying at Amara's side. This dog asked for nothing, yet gave everything. He is proof that loyalty and courage are not bought, but born. The crowd erupted in cheers. Children clapped, parents nodded in respect. Amara hugged Zaki's neck tightly. "Hear that, Zaki? Baba called you family." The dog wagged his tail once, amber eyes glowing as if he understood every word. That night, news outlets and social media buzzed with photos of the guardian of Abuja. Amara scrolled through her tablet, showing her father. "Look, Baba, everyone is talking about Zaki." He chuckled warmly. Sometimes the world chooses its heroes. We are only witnesses. Zaki lay at their feet, head on his paws, eyes flicking between them with quiet contentment. Amara stroked his ears. "You're famous, Zaki. But to me, you'll always be just my best friend." The German shepherd wagged his tail once, soft and certain. Weeks later, Amara and her father stood once more at Millennium Park. Children played, vendors sold corn, and laughter filled the air. Amara crouched beside Zaki, stroking his fur. "Baba, do you think people will remember him when we're old?" Her father placed a hand on her shoulder. "Stories like his are not forgotten, Amara. They are told and retold until they belong to everyone." She leaned close to the German shepherd, whispering, "Then you'll live forever in our story." Zaki wagged his tail, amber eyes glowing under the Abuja sun. In that moment, he was no longer a stray, no longer unseen. He was guardian, family, legend. In the bustling heart of Abuja, where stories are born in markets and whispered in parks, one tale grew louder than the rest, the tale of a stray dog who became a guardian. "Baba," Amara once said, "he looks like he belongs here." And through storms, crowds, and countless nights, Zaki proved her right. He was loyalty without chain, courage without command, family without words. His amber eyes carried the weight of silent vows. His paws walked the path of destiny. And in saving children, in protecting strangers, in guarding a family that once didn't see him, he became legend. Today, the city calls him the guardian of Abuja. But to one little girl, he will always be simply Zaki, her best friend, her protector, her story that will never end.